Hi, this is Christy Schaefer, and welcome to the Attitude of Altitude. This week, I was inspired by a quote on faith. It said, faith is like Wi-Fi. It's invisible, but it has the power to connect you to what you need. You see, even the tiniest little bit of faith has the power to move the biggest obstacles in life. Faith is defined as confidence in what we hope for and assurance in what we cannot see. You see, there's a difference between belief and faith. You see, it's easy to believe in the things that we can see and touch and things we've experienced. But faith, well, it causes us to dig a little deeper and to believe in some of the things we haven't seen and we haven't experienced. And that's what true faith really is. You know, one of the greatest pictures of faith comes from my favorite movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. You see, Indy is on a quest to find the Holy Grail. And let me fast forward you a little bit into the movie. He's almost found it. And his dad is injured and about to die unless he gets the life-giving water from the Grail. So Indy is following his manual, and his next step tells him to take a leap from the lion's head. Well, he finds this lion's head, and he's standing on this little tiny platform in front of this huge cliff, miles down, and just about as far wide. And he stands there and he says, it's impossible for any human to jump this chasm. And his dad begins to groan in the background, and he says, it's a leap of faith. And so he closes his eyes, he takes a deep breath, and he sticks out his leg and sets it down, and he doesn't fall. You see, there is this narrow bridge made out of the same stone that the walls have all around him, and he couldn't see it. No one could see it. But it was there to support him and take him safely to the other side. But you see, Indy had to take a step of faith. Imagine if he had stood there at the mouth of the lion and he said, I believe that somebody can cross this chasm. I believe I can cross this chasm. And then he just stood there. Well, he wouldn't be the hero of our story, now would he? No, he had to take a step. And faith requires us to take action as well. Well, we're not done with our story yet. What was on the other side of that bridge? Holy Grail. But he wasn't done yet. No, he comes into this room and there's a table filled with goblets that he has to choose from. And there's this old knight who's been there guarding the Holy Grail for forever. And he says to him, he says, choose wisely. He says, first of all, you have to choose. And then he says, but choose wisely. For only the true Grail brings life, but the false Grails take life away. Ooh, he had to choose. Well, I'll cut the suspense. He chose wisely. He got the Grail. He saved his father. Hero. But you know what? We have to choose. That's one thing that faith and attitude have in common. We get to choose. In fact, sometimes we choose on a daily basis. We choose our attitude and we choose our faith. And so I encourage you to choose wisely. Make the choice that brings life. I hope that you're encouraged this week. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.